French horn playing extraordinaire, Jim Grant. I had to start with that. Jim, you just made news. You made waves. Long Gazprom at a time when natural resources and Russia, many people are shying away from. Why are you in?
Well, Stephanie, the beginning, middle, and end of the bull case on Gazprom is that good things happen at cheap stocks. Gazprom is, by acclamation, the world's worst company, managed by the worst clique of kleptocrats ever assembled on one continent. And Jay Carney, the president's own press secretary, advised us all, as a nation, regardless of individual suitability, to go short this stuff. That is Russia. So how can one not at least investigate the contrary side of that proclamation by the
all right, so you investigated it.
Yeah, so this is, first of all, it's a huge company. Revenues of $150 billion. The market cap is immense. They earn a lot of money. And even after, as my friend Arjun Vich says, even after stealing, they earn a lot of money. They pay a 5% dividend, do they? As recently as 2006, the stock changed hands at 10 times the estimated earnings. So now it's at 2.5. And why is that? Well, because people know that there will be even more extreme and costly sanctions imposed on Russia. They know that something terrible is going to happen with the Ukraine election in a couple of weeks. And, well, it might. There is certitude about outcomes that is notable, given that so few people saw the current set of outcomes approaching some months ago. So in addition to the epigram that good things happen at cheap stocks, I will offer this epigram. This too will pass.
Really?
Yep.
So what's the time horizon, though, for those who are so panicked about Ukraine, Russia, rule of law?
Okay, here's a test of suitability for this investment. You can't care about the time.
You can't care about the time.
You must, even if you don't actually, if not actually indifferent as to the amount of time that goes by, you must profess to be, because we can't know when this is going to work out. But we do know, I think we know, that solvent companies, by the way, interest, you okay, Steve? That interest payments are covered by operating cash flow about 40 times over. This is a terrifically solid balance sheet. So there's not a clock ticking on the business by dint of debt. And we know, I think, that solvent businesses don't trade at 2.5 times for yielding 5% forever. So in the fullness of time is what is my horizon.
All right. In your last note, you wrote about Puerto Rico.
Yes.
What's your current view?
We are now a little on the bearish side with respect to Puerto Rico. We had been, well, we started out a year ago saying...
Ay, Dios mío, Jim Grant. Bearish on Puerto Rico.
Well, we had started out a year ago saying, how is it that this thing trades at about par when so clearly the credit fundamentals are cracking? Then the bond market somehow somebody's alarm clock went off. People woke up and said, the credit is terrible, which indeed it was. And the bonds traded down to 80, and we got bullish on a speculative basis. We have re-examined the new prospectus, and we have taken the measure of the rumors and the substance of the talk of restructuring. And what we think is that there will be a restructuring of one or more of the Puerto Rico issues, and that the municipal bond market is, let us say, not the most wide-awake branch of the credit markets.
Oh, really?
Yes. And that when news of the restructuring finally hits the municipal bond buying public, this will be about 6 weeks after it actually happens, when that moment of actualization occurs, people will not be happy.
The snoozing muni investors. All right, I need your take. Ackman, Valiant, Allergan. Bill Ackman is in there speaking right now. I'm not sure on what yet, but last week he was all over the news with this Valiant partnership bid for Allergan.
Let me talk about the Valiant debt. There is a 6 3/8 note, which I think matures in near 2020. And the bonds are priced to 5-point-something%. This is a middling junk credit, I think. The bonds are priced to 5-something. To maturity, and at much less than to a 4-something to the first call a few years before maturity. Now, something great conceivably could happen with respect to the proposed Valiant Allergan merger, which I think may not happen. maybe they're going to cure cancer. All the guys they haven't fired yet from the research department.
I don't think they're going to cure cancer.
All
they're
the
in
guys,
the market of Juvederm, Botox,
right.
and breast
all
implants.
the guys,
I don't see any cancer.
Maybe they're going to cure ugliness. All the people they haven't fired yet in the lab, in the white lab coats, they're going to cure ugliness in the next 5 minutes. Okay, fine. That's great for the stockholders. It might work.
It's great for ugly Americans.
What's in it for the note holders? At a 4-point-something% yield to worst for the junk bondholders, what possibly is the upside? These are the bondholders, are the tools, are they are being used by the corporate financial engineers. Now we have also issues. We at Grants have issues with Valiant's acquisition accounting and with its lack of GAAP sanctioned earnings power and the like, but with respect to the credit markets, with respect to Valiant debt holders, what's in it for you?
We just
and by the way, that is a question for all junk bond holders these days, especially the ones involved in corporate transactions.
They don't seem to be paying attention. They're short-term investors.
I know. They should be tuning into you, then.
We're listening to you. Jim, thank you so much.
Thanks, Stephanie.
There we go, Trish. We went Gazprom, Puerto Rico, finish up on Valiant, curing American ugliness. I really like that.